Well, hello there, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another video. I'm at Tim's Mead, and as you can see, I'm shattered. Just about to come up to about 5 hours of driving. Still my first half, so pretty tired. Been working since about 20 to 6 this morning. It's now about just gone past 10 o'clock, so I'm pretty tired. So apologies if my energy isn't up there this morning, but I wanted to talk about driver changeovers this morning. Pretty much what to expect when one of these happens, and some of the annoyances we get from passengers when we're doing them. But essentially, there's a lot of things the driver has to do before the changeover happens or is finished. So you need to allow, I'd say, at least 5 minutes. Up to 5 minutes, maximum of 6, because you got to remember that every driver's different. You know, we're not all the same size, same build, same height, whatever. You know, like, we're all different people. You know, so you think, you know, the first thing that happens is the drivers have got to talk to each other. You know, so the driver who's coming off has got to tell the driver if there's any, you know, diversions, any bus stop closures, like sudden bus stop closures or anything like that. You know, if there's bus stops that are already closed, have they opened up yet? You know, that kind of thing. So we need to tell these drivers all this important information. You know, so that's the first thing that's got to happen. That's the first thing that's got to take place. Second is obviously the driver's got to go in. The new driver's got to go into the cab and adjust everything. You know, so he's got to adjust the seat, adjust the height, adjust, you know, the backrest. You know, so that's the first thing. And obviously the next thing, you've got to adjust the steering wheel. You know, does the driver want it higher or lower? You know, next thing obviously is the mirrors. Now, like, sorting out everything in the cab and the mirrors it's the longest part, because it can always be difficult to get comfortable. You know, because you feel like obviously you've got to rush, because obviously you've got people waiting for you to go. You know, because obviously they want to get off the bus or whatever. You know, so you feel like you're panicking and you've got to get it done quick. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, you can't rush it, because if you have an accident because, you know, you didn't properly adjust your mirrors, because, you know, you were being pressured by passengers, it's going to be your fault, because they're going to say at the end of the day they have the option to get off the bus and get on a different bus to get to where they need to be. You know, you've got to take your time and stuff like that. And that's true. You know, that's very true. You know, it's the one thing I don't think passengers understand is that you need to give the driver a bit of privacy. You know, that's his office. You know, and he needs to make sure everything's perfect for him, you know, or her. You know, so you got to get everything perfect. You know, so that's all I ask passengers. You just give us a little bit of privacy. Let us do what we need to do, and then we'll be on our way. Because the thing is, the way you got to think about it, the more you annoy him, the longer he's going to take. So if you just let him get on with it, you know, it'll be done much more quicker than you realise. I've got just about 10 minutes. But yeah, so that's all I ask, is just give us a bit of privacy when we're doing all this, because it's not fair. Because if you were the driver and you were being hassled by your passengers, I know what you'd do. You'd purposely go, the more you annoy me, the longer it's going to take. You know, and that's the truth. You know, and I do feel that that's a fair argument. You know, and that's just fair in general. You know, don't rush me, because if I end up having an accident and you get injured, it's going to be my fault. It's going to be my ass on the line. You know, and stuff like that. So, at the end of the day, you know, just let us take our time. You know, because the mirrors are the most important thing. If you don't get the mirrors right, you know, think about it. If you pressure the driver and he doesn't sort his mirrors out, every bus stop he's going to be adjusting it just to get it just right. So it's better that he just gets it done now, and then it's done. You know. The next thing obviously is the ticket machine. So he's got to key in all his information. So it's a lot of numbers to remember. So he's got to remember his employee number. He's got to remember his PIN number, the garage code. Obviously, you don't really have to remember the garage code because it's on the duty card. If you've seen my previous video, you'd know about that. But then obviously he's got to enter his operator number, his duty number, the trip number. You know, so it's a lot of keying in numbers. And if you mess it up, you know, it's like, you know, you've got to start all over again. So don't pressure the driver. You know, don't sit at the back of the bus and just go, driver, hurry up, I've got an appointment. You know, don't do that. Just wait patiently. You know, at the end of the day, give us a bit of privacy. You know, like, this is our office. Yeah, this is our place of work. Yeah, so don't muck about. You know, don't pressure us. You know, like, this is like, this our little, it's our own little area. That it's our own little, it's an own. Oh, how to explain it? You know, it's just our little area that we can call ours. It's a, you know, that's our area. Yeah, it's like, let us do what we got to do. You know, like, at the end of the day, I'll say this to a lot of passengers. My priority is safety, not to adhere to the schedule. That's the controller's job, is to worry about the schedule. My job is to get you there safely. That's the number one priority. And I'll tell you, every company will say the same thing. As much as they don't want to admit, they want to say the same thing. You know, obviously they want to prioritise the schedule to please TfL, but they know safety is more important. You know, and TfL will agree with that. TfL will agree. You know, if you put safety over the schedule, you know, that's fine. You know, that's what's important. But yeah, so the driver changeover, just give the driver some privacy. Like, literally, I'm about to go to Plumstead now and come off from, because I'm doing a changeover. I'm gonna have my 1 hour 16-minute break. So, you know, I'm shattered. I'm absolutely shattered this morning. But I'm going on a tangent now. But this, I was at Greenwich Trust School, going towards Thamesmead. It was literally the trip I've just done, and I had a guy running for the bus. He was fairly old. You know, he's a fairly old guy, and he was running towards the bus. He was obviously, you know, they do that thing where they put their arm out. You know, they keep running with their arm out. You know, and I'm just like, oh, it's one of these people. Like, I've seen you, stop putting your arm out. You can see I've got my indicator on. That's for another video. I want to do a video about the things that bus drivers hate. You know, kind of do like maybe a 2-part video to that. But yeah, and he actually ran into the road, doing like little circles, just to make sure I stopped. And there's me thinking, I'm actually really annoyed now, because someone wants to get off the bus. That means I've got to stop and let him on. If I didn't have anyone who was you know, who's getting off, I probably would have kept on driving. Sounds really horrible, but it's like, if you're going to act like an idiot, you know, no, I'm not going to deal with you. You know, like, where's the respect there? Where's the respect? You know, because that's what a lot of people do. They put their arm out once, they see the indicator go on, then a second later they put their arm out again, and then a second later they put their arm out again. Even when I'm in the bus stop, like, it might be a long bus stop for, like, you know, it might be two bus stops for, like, you know, you got one bus stop for, like, going towards Abbey Wood, and then another bus stop going towards Bexley Heath, you know, that kind of thing. They split it, you know, but they keep putting their arm out, and I'm just like, and it really is insulting, because it makes us drivers, you know, to us, we see it as, you think we're blind and we can't see, you know. And to me, that is disrespectful. I've seen you've seen the indicator go on. Once you see the indicator go on, put your arm down. That's it. That's literally it. You know, you don't need to keep on, you know, doing that. Like, it's ridiculous. I can see you. It's daytime. I can see. If you seriously, it's really insulting to think that people think we're blind. I know you get some drivers who are really nasty and they don't stop, you know, but that's a minority. 95% of drivers will stop, because that's what we're paid to do. We're paid to serve bus stops. You know, if we didn't do that, we wouldn't get paid, really, would we? You know, like, but when you do it like that, it's really insulting, you know. And it's like, another story I have is this morning. It's another thing that really annoys me about people, is when you put the bus full sign on display, they still put their arm out expecting you to stop for them. Like, are you seriously blind and you can't see the sign? Now, I know a lot of drivers just stick it in the corner, you know, they don't actually turn the sign round when the bus isn't full. You know, they just keep the bus full sign on display even though their bus isn't full. And I get that does cause some confusion, But it's like, even when I'm pointing to the sign saying like we're full, you know, like, because what I do now is I have a little booklet that I put my duty cards and everything in, and I use that as like a little stand, and I put the sign right next to the ticket machine so it's actually standing upright, because obviously that way it might get people to think, okay, he's actually using the sign to indicate that the bus is full, not just sticking it, you know, at the bottom, you know. But yeah, like, and people still put their arm out expecting you to stop, and I'm pointing there going, look at the sign, you know, we're full, not stopping, you know. And they give you those dirty looks like, oh, you. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? We're in a pandemic, mate. You know, you can't have standing passengers, you know. Like, that's the rules, you know, but people don't listen. But anyway, I've got to stop going on a tangent. I don't have much time left anyway. But yeah, that'll be for another video. I want to do like just talk about the things that bus drivers hate, because you know there's a lot, so it probably will be a two-part. But I will do a video. I'll do a video on the flip side. Like, I'll probably do like a pros and cons. Talk about the, like, I saw Mike do a video on it, the pros and cons of being a bus driver. I'll probably do a similar video to that. I probably will do a pros and cons of being a bus driver as well, because he struggled. He struggled to think of things. I've got a few things. I've got a few more that I can add to his list. So I'll probably do a video on that as well. But yeah, sorry I went on a bit of tangent. But yeah, but bare bones, driver changeovers. All it is, you know, is the drivers communicate about, you know, if there's any diversions and stuff like that. You know, the driver's obviously got to adjust his seat, his steering, his mirrors, and the main thing is be patient, give the driver some privacy, because if it was you in the situation, you'd want the same thing. Yeah, so it's just having a bit of, you know, empathy, you know, and just, you know, just having a bit of respect. You know, you need to give the driver time to get set up, because again, the more you moan at him, the longer he's going to take, and he'll do it on purpose, because at the end of the day, it don't matter to him, he's still getting paid, you know. So have a bit of respect. That's literally the driver changeovers, you know, just keying in numbers, you know, sorting your seat and everything like that, and then off you go. Obviously every driver's different. Some drivers take 30 seconds, some drivers take 3 to 4 minutes, especially if you're new, you know. Especially if you're new, like, keying in all the numbers can be a bit confusing, but, you know, it don't take too long. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed that little vlog slash rant again. You know, I kind of went off topic, but as Mike was saying, going on a tangent again, and I am. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog, guys. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.